Hello and welcome to another Ye Olde Battle Reps 40k report. 1000 point game, Dark Angels, and I'm using the Vanguard Spearhead rule detachment, the Armies of Renown, against Jack's new Tau. Tau. No one likes Tau. No one likes you, Tau. But actually, I'm quite excited to face Tau. I've never even seen them on the table before, so it should be interesting. It's the first time Jack used them. So we'll see. So we're playing just a 1000 point game, like I said. We're just on our small 4x4 board. We're playing Desperate Raid from the new chapter approved. To hit our 6 objectives. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5 and 6. They're not numbered, but now when Jack actually gets here, because he's not here yet, I'll almost certainly replace these with his nice big neoprene ones because they're easier to see. So this has got two primaries, of course. It's got the Dominion domination, controlling objectives, and then raid supply lines. If you control enemies' deployment zone, you get more. And then the mission rules are additional command point if you control an objective marker in the enemy's deployment zone, and you control an objective marker even if there's no one on it, as long as you controlled it with an objective secured ability in the previous command phase. So let's go and look at the armies, and we'll check out our secondaries. So here is 1000 points of Dark Angels in a Vanguard Spearhead detachment. I brought a Vanguard detachment to carry them in. I wanted to bring a battalion really, but I didn't have enough troops with the Phobos keyword. I only got 2 units, so this is a Vanguard. I didn't want to bring a patrol because then I could only have 2 elites, and I wanted to bring the Reavers and both Warsuits. So it's 1000 points. So in my Warlord is my captain in Phobos armor, Ineas. He's got his little name plate there from Merks, Resin, Relics. See the description for the links. First time I've used this guy as well. I've never used him before. He's got nothing particularly special. He's got the Marksman Warlord trait. It's called Master Marksman. It's a +1 damage to his weapon. So his Master Crafted Integrated Bolt Carbine, that's a big word to say, has actually got down 4 now, which is pretty cool. Then he's just got a normal Iron Halo. He's got camo cloak. He's got a 1+ save when he's in cover, and obviously 4+ ward and all other kind of normal stuff that a captain gets. I mean, it's called a master in this, but he's Dark Angels. And I've got Castael. He looks familiar to most people. He's been a bit. He's now got his nameplate as well, which looks awesome. He's using the Obscuration Discipline this time. He's got Mind, Raid, and Soul Sight. And the reason I've given him the Obscuration Discipline and not the Interromancy is because I've given him, he's got the Relic, he's got Shadow's Touch, which is basically a better Force Sword, which is +3 strength, -4, 2 damage. But if he successfully casts a power from the Obscuration Discipline in the previous Psychic phase, no inruns can be taken against his weapon, so he gets even better. So he's actually quite good in combat. He's actually quite brutal in combat, really. So he's awesome. Those are my 2 HQs. I've then got 2 troops. I've got my Incursors and my Infiltrators. Now, the Incursors have got something called the Marksman Target Tracker, which is from the Vigilus Loan Book, which I've got here. It doesn't do anything, but there's a strap that means you can ignore Lookout Sir. As far as I can tell, that is free. The rules just state if they haven't got a Haywire Mine, then one of them can have that. And I'm going to say it's the guy with the Haywire Mine, so I remember who it is. But there's no cost to it, so as far as I can tell, you get it for free. Everything else is just normal for them. And on the Infiltrators, they've got something called a Vox Breaker Auspex. I don't know who I'm going to say has got that. Oh, that guy there, he's got it. The guy that's pointing at his arm. That again, there's a strat for that. It means something like they can make a unit -1 for their hit rolls, so enemy unit -1 their hit rolls. It's a strat again, you've got to pay CP. I've got 10 Reavers. They've got the combat knives, obviously, and the pistols, and they've got grav shoots, but not grapnel launchers. They can drop in, but they can't ignore terrain when they move. I haven't decided yet whether to combat squad them or not. I'm thinking about it. But I quite like the idea of dropping 10 in. To a certain extent, it'll depend what Jack's army looks like, because I haven't seen his tower yet. And then I've got 2 Invicta Tactical Warshoots, both kit out exactly the same, both with the incendiary cannon, and everything else is normal. Heavy bolter, the iron hell, heavy stubbers, and the frag launcher on top. And then at the back, my heavy support, I've got 3 eliminators, and they have not got las fusils like those ones are armed with. They've got the normal rifles. I'm hoping I can kill off some characters because they can ignore Look Out Sir. He ignores Look Out Sir. I've got strats that can ignore Look Out Sir. So lots of stuff that can kill characters. I'm hoping to kill like an ethereal or a commander early on to stop them doing stuff. So just to fill in what a vanguard spearhead does, they're still Dark Angels, and I've clarified this with a couple of people on the Dark Angels group. They lose Grim Resolve though, so they don't get +1 to hit if they don't move, and they don't ignore combat attrition. I think that's exactly what Grim Resolve is. But I still get the other Dark Angel stuff, so I can still use. I could still have death. Like he's still got. For example, this guy's still got the Deathwing keyword, so he still can only be wounded on 4s. I haven't given him the rights of initiation, so he hasn't got it. And I can still use Dark Angels strats and etc. I haven't actually used any Dark Angels thingies, relics, because I wanted to use the sword that he's got. Something different, but as the game goes on, we'll see if I use any Dark Angels stratagems. So there we go, 1,000 points. Okay, here's 1,000 points of Tau, and they are Tau sept, aren't they?
Tau sept Tau,
Yep.
yeah.
So I'll let Jack go through it, so we'll start with HQs.
Yeah, so this is it's actually a cold style model, but I'm proxying him as an enforcer.
This is a brand new army for Jack, so we're not, we're not picky anyway. But yeah, so he's a normal enforcer commander.
He's actually got 3 guns, but one of them is not on him. In the box,
right.
Fusion Blaster, and Cyclic Iron Blaster, Shield Generator. One of his upgrades has got internal grenade packs. I think that means he can do like D3 mortal wounds if he moves over someone. But then he's quite slow-ish, like compared to Cold Star. He's got the Onager Gauntlet, which makes him good in combat.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
He hasn't gone full mental combat with the flamer thing as well, so he's just got that. And then Precision the Hunter, which is he re-rolls hits and wounds, which is good model trait, really good.
Need to kill him quickly.
Yeah, and then a Cadre Fireblade, or however you say, Cadre Fireblade with nothing, just as he is.
Okay, and your troops,
Troops got 2 strike teams, just basic bare bones with no 1 mark light each. Have they got any upgrades? No. And then 10 Kroot at the back, again bare bones. I don't think they can have anything.
And you got 3 stealth suits.
3 stealth suits, no fusion blaster, just the burst cannons there.
Okay, and then you got.
Yeah.
God sake, Jack bought a Riptide to a 1,000 point game.
Yes.
Jack
He's Wizzywig. So he's got that gun.
Whatever that gun is. That big ass gun.
And then 2 plasma rifles, which I think he comes with.
Has he got something with like chest cavities with like guns?
No, they're like with such things, I think.
Okay.
And then 2 broadsides next to him. Wizzywig, so they got the heavy rail rifles, smart missile systems, and 1 Seeker missile. Oh, actually, there's a early warning override in one of them, which just means they can Overwatch for free, I think, and they get +1. Okay. That's the only one that's got that, I think. And then lastly, 3 marker drones. They're actually shield drones, although I think they're assembled wrong anyway. I think shield drones are only supposed to have 1.
It's fine.
Yeah,
so
it actually doesn't matter in the end.
Okay, there's 1,000 points of Tau. So one quick adjustment to my army, which is currently sitting over here. I've actually only got 9 Reavers, not 10. I took out 1 and I got rid of their grapnel launchers, which means I could bring the eliminators basically when I was creating my army. So just a correction there. Right, we'll deploy. When we've got all that ready, we'll do secondaries and deployment. Okay, here we are deployed. So I've got my incursors at the back, my infiltrators here, 1 tactical war suit, and an infiltrators there, and my warlord, and over that side is my other war suit and the librarian. And then I've got 1 unit of fire warriors, stealth suits, Kroot, fireblade commander, broadsides, marker drones, what are they called again? So I've just named fire warriors,
yes,
and then a cat. Oh no, second, and a Riptide over there.
This feels like a really weird deployment.
It feels very weird. I'm so ridiculously close.
Yeah.
And then my Reavers are in deep strike. So I'm going first, and I can bring it down, which basically means killing those down that thing. Behind enemy lines, which should be fairly straightforward.
Infantry, so
They're not vehicles.
no, the infantry, so you might want to change that.
I might want to change that.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at that one. Yeah, I might change that because I thought they were vehicles. And at the moment, Jack's taken to the last, engage and assassinate.
Already made a mistake.
Anyway, Jack's apparently made a mistake.
I forgot that Crew can move before the game. It's too late now.
Well, that's just learning a new army, isn't it? Yeah. So my movement, these guys have moved over, which means I currently control both these objectives. They stood still. I'm not sure why, because I remembered I could move them. Are they going to move? Actually, no, they are going to stay there because they're in cover. These guys have moved up with the master. He's moved up. I got both. I got 2 abilities off. I got Mind Raid off. I got Peril, suffered 2 wounds. So he suffered a mortal wound, and I got a command point back, which is cool. So I've got 5 now. And I got Soul Sight off on this guy as well, so he rerolls all hits in the shooting phase. Cool. On to shooting. Okay, end of Dark Angel's turn 1 shooting. So all these guys, they all fired at the firewalls and killed only 5 actually. It wasn't as good as I hoped really. But 5 dead. Hoping morale's going to be a thing for them. This guy fired something at them, didn't do anything, and then fired the rest at the broadsides. I think took a couple of wounds off. This guy did well. He killed 6 Kroot, 7 fire warriors, and took 2 wounds off a broadside. And that's it, I believe. So that's on to charges. End of Dark Angel's turn 1. So these guys completely fluffed it. And he did 1 wound against his tail suits, but didn't have any in return. Over here, they obviously just destroyed them really easily. Over here, though, this guy's completely fluffed his attacks. I got 1 hit.
Did you note that I heroically intervened into you?
Yes, he hit. So Jack heroically intervened into me because he's got the Onager gauntlets.
Yeah.
Jack, you can see how many wounds I've got left. Jack heroically intervened into me. I attacked first. I could have killed him if I hadn't rolled so terribly badly. I swear, whenever I need the luck, it just doesn't come up. So he has having 2 wounds. I think he's got 4 left. And then in return, he did 12. Hit on 2s, re-rolling. Wounding on 2s, re-rolling. -4, 3 damage. So he took 12 wounds. So he's not feeling too hot right now. I'm hoping that kills him when he explodes.
Yeah.
And kills these 2 and then does some wounds on him or something. That'd be hilarious. Okay, and then so I get 3 points for holding that objective for the mission, the second mission primary. And then I got 4 points for behind enemy lines because I got 3 or 4 units, 5 units behind enemy lines. Okay, on to Tau turn 1. Tau turn 1 movement. So the fire warriors just moved up a little bit. The Mark Jones legged it over there to try and get engaged. Well, to get engaged. And over here, they all stayed where they were. The fire blade moved over. And then these guys all moved up. This guy's dead.
Miles over there because they can advance.
Yeah, they can advance. So we're looking at this. No psychic, obviously, because they're Tau. And onto this most terrifying phase against any Tau army, the shooting phase. And apparently, the combat phase. End of Tau shooting and combat. Yeah. So all quite predictable, really. This guy shot and killed this guy. He shot and killed the war suit. They shot and killed the librarians. That was all very predictable and normal. In combat, my guys were crap again.
Oh, God.
And they managed to kill 1, and in return they lost 1 because they were useless at everything. And you managed to kill one of these guys as well.
Well, I actually got these 5 fire warriors up to AP3.
Yeah, which is
for 1
pretty good.
CP.
Okay, so Jack got 5 VP that turn.
Yep.
I'll get 8 on the primaries at the beginning. So on to Dark Angel's turn 2. Okay, Dark Angel's movement. So those guys have had to stand still. These guys have moved up. They can now get a line on the commander. These guys dropped in here, which is 9 inches away from everyone, which I didn't really think about. Which I like. I was like measuring over here.
Over there.
Can they fit over there? Oh, wait a second! I've got top of the building. And these guys also moved up as well. So
that looks really cool.
That looks really cool with the Reaver dropping in there. I mean, they're terrible. It looks cool. It looks very cool. Okay, so on to no psychic. My librarian's dead. So on to shooting. Okay, end of Dark Angel's turn 2. I just did that. I didn't think it was going to be a very interesting turn, but it ended up being much more so. So these guys fired at the commander, did I think like 1 wound or no wounds, the most. They fired into combat, and I think finished that 1 guy off. Then they obviously charged and killed 1. They just flapped at each other in combat. These guys fired at the marker drones, killed 2, and then charged and finished them off. But the heroes at the moment, these Reavers, they shot and killed. They shot and did a wound, I think, on the commander, and then they got a 10-inch charge. Well, it was actually a 9-inch. They were 10 into a 9-inch charge onto the commander, and the Kroot, and they killed the Kroot easily. And then they did. I spent a CP on a strat. I can't remember what it's called now. It's like Terror. It's a strat for them, specifically for Reavers, in the Vanguard spearhead rules. So any 6s to wound were mortal wounds, and I did 5 mortal wounds and killed them straight away. So I killed his commander. It's quite cool. So I've got quite a lot of VP for that, and Jack's only going to get 4 for his primaries as well. But you just have some scary things left, but they're apparently really scary. But you'll probably kill them all now. But so yeah, I got several CPs. I got 4 for assassinate, 4 for behind enemy lines, 3 for odes a moment, and I got 3 for holding a objective in the enemy thing as well. Okay, on to Tau turn 2. Okay, end of Tau turn 2 as well. Being quick. There's a couple of reasons why I'm being quick. One, because not much left, but also my 3-year-old son is vomiting a lot upstairs. So we're just desperately just doing stuff and just getting it done. I know it's making this a short battle report, but we're just doing it like that. So down here, I killed 1 fire warrior, that's it. Here, the captain and this guy finally finished off the last stealth suit. This guy did nothing at all. Or no, he killed a couple of. He killed some Reavers. But I'm going to spend 2 CP to make sure they don't run away.
Yeah, it's difficult without marker lights.
Yeah. So they did literally nothing at all. I think, or they might have killed 1.
No,
they killed 1.
They killed what?
They killed 1.
Oh shit!
Because the missiles did nothing, and the railguns only did 1 wound.
Yeah.
So they killed 1, and he killed like 4.
Yeah.
But these guys are still alive. They're still alive. So
I spent 2 CP on the fire warriors, and I didn't do a single wound to you. I made my guns pistols.
And didn't do anything. Yeah. Okay, so and Tau only get 4 points for the primaries, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So Dark Angels are well in the lead on points, but low on assets. You've got some big things left, which is still scary. Yeah. So that's what happens in Dark Angels turn 3. End of Dark Angels turn 3. So these guys are flapping at each other still. You guys moved up. He's obviously holding the objective. Fired some shots in on these guys and then charged. And the Reavers killed 1 and did a fair amount of damage to the other guy. These guys didn't do a lot, and he still stood there. And obviously the Fireblade's dead. So I got 12 on the primaries, and then another 3 for the second mission on primary. 3 for assassinate, 4 for behind enemy lines again, and 3 for odes. So I did quite well on points. And you're not going to have any.
Have that one.
No, you won't.
Why?
Why would you have that one? It's only if you're obsec you get it. Only if you had an obsec unit
I
on it.
thought it was just if you
I'll check it, but I think it's only if you had an obsec unit on it and then move off it. I'll check the rules, but I think you'll get none. But if you'd known that, would you have moved the Riptide over there?
No.
Then you can put him back. I didn't charge him anyway. So if that is the case, we'll put him back, because that's not fair otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll come back at probably the end of turn 3, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we'll do it quickly. Right, it came in at the end of the game. It's getting late, and like I said, my son is not very well, so we're just being really quick. So I can't even remember what point we got to last. I think it was like Dark Angels end of turn 3 or something.
Yeah.
So you can see the end of the game. It's just these 2 left. Everything else is dead. Jack tabled me. But it took you until turn 4 to do it. And because he's only got 2 models left, he couldn't really get any objectives or anything. Couldn't get engaged.
Not needed an obsec. So.
Yeah. So we kind of, in turn 4, we just obviously stopped and worked out what was going to happen. So essentially, I got 45 for the primaries. It's just having these obsec units just constantly holding on to these 4. And because I started so far forwards, you had to get through me to get to them.
Yeah, I didn't
so
have any,
although both my Invictors died, I mean, the Reavers were amazing. And I then got 30 on secondaries because I killed both your characters. 12 for behind enemy lines, that was pretty good.
Yep.
Because I always had units back here. And I got 11 for odes. Jack got 16 on the primaries. That's it, 2 lots of 4 and an 8. 19 on secondaries because he got 10 to the last. And 10 for the battle ready. So I won to Dark Angels victory of 85-45, but they are all dead.
Yeah.
So it's a slightly hollow victory when everyone's died.
Not being able to push up and take these objectives off is what was the problem. I killed quite well, I think, but
I think that's always been a tower problem,
Yeah.
isn't it? Is you sit back and kill a lot, but then unless you can do it quick enough that you can go and get the objectives later.
and it was not having any access to mark lights or anything. I think it was turn 3. I had one turn where like I just whiffed. I think whiffed against the Reavers.
Yeah, it was like your turn 2, I think. You just
Yeah.
completely whiffed.
Because you'd taken the mark light, or I didn't have any left, or they were tied up. Or something.
I'd killed them, I think.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, because your turn 2, you
gone.
moved them up to there. In my turn 2, I killed them with my incursors.
And the Fireblade. Oh, there was a point where the Fireblade had a mark light, but he couldn't see anyone.
Yeah.
You can only do it before he moves. So it was like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, so then everything's hitting up best, hitting on 4s.
Mm.
And the vanguard stuff was kind of cool. I mean, most of the Reavers are really good. Yeah, they're strapped to mean they do mortal wounds on a wound of a 6 is amazing because they have so many attacks.
The commander.
I mean, we worked out they would have killed him if he had full wounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of fun using the vanguard. I don't know if I'll do it again, to be honest, because I prefer just straight up Dark Angels. But
I think they'd struggle against a different sort of army. Like, kind of good for them to go against Tau in a way. With an army that doesn't push up and take the objectives back, or at least my army doesn't at this stage.
Yeah.
I'll probably won't have to do that with Tau, but first time using them. But that's kind of what they needed. You had the mobility and stuff to get up.
Yeah, and there's a couple of things you kind of forgot as well. Like when I charged your commander, you had a strat that meant I could have
stopped that charge.
Got that charge, so he would have survived. He forgot. So part of it was definitely, first time you'd used an army.
Yeah.
But it's good fun again, as always, apart from the vomiting child in the middle. But yeah, good fun all round.
One thing that really stood out to me about the Tau is the strats are really good. The strats I did use. Sometimes it didn't work that well with the Fire Warriors, but they seem to have a lot of good cheap strats.
Yeah, he did, yeah. I mean, basically, I remember when I watched the first Winter's report where he used Tau. He said Tau are terrible in every phase, apart from shooting, where they're absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
It's only and apparently when you got a commander with that thing in combat as well, but he's the only thing that can really, can't he? So. Yeah, it was quite cool. It was fun to do.
Cool, yeah.
Again, I enjoyed the small 1,000-point game again because even though we had a vomiting child in the middle, it was still over. Very, very done. We got it all for all 5 turns. That's cool. All right. Check out Merks Resin Relics for like nameplates and stuff I've done, and I'm getting some more things soon, so I'll show off those when I get them. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. So here's 1,000 points of Dark Angels in a Vanguard Spearmint. Okay, here's 1,000 points of Tau. Let's run this. Oh, fuck.